Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of our CBA review, or actually this is our common assessment review. We will do a CBA review later. So number 5, we have skipped over to number 5. It says find the x-coordinate. So the x-coordinate of the midpoint of segment AC. So they're giving us a segment AC. And they want us to find the midpoint. We don't know what that midpoint is. So we know we have a midpoint of our y and a midpoint of our x. Well, that's x, that's y. It gives us a couple of coordinates already. So they say that A is 8, 3, and C is -1, 1. Our very important first step is to label. So let's go ahead and label x1, y1. x2, y2. And if we recall, our formula was midpoint equals x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. However, it's only asking us for the x-coordinate, so we don't have to worry about this for that problem at all. So let's go ahead and look for the midpoint of our x. So we have MP for our x-coordinate equal x1, which we said was 8, plus our x2, which we said was -1. Divide that by 2. So pause this video for a bit and find out what 8 plus -1 is. So if we put it in our calculator correctly, 8 plus -1 is actually saying 8 minus 1. So that is 7 divided by 2. And then when we divide 7 by by 7 by 2, we get 3.5. So our answer would say our MP for our x-coordinate is 3.5. And I think this will just say like A is 3.5 or something like that with our answer choices. So let's go to number 14. So number 14 is next. So number 14 is kind of similar to what we did in number 5, but not really. We are given the midpoint in this case, I think. Let's see. So find the y-coordinate of J if K is the midpoint of JL. So we know that we have a line segment that is JL. So 2 points, JL, and we have a midpoint that is K. So K has coordinates of 10, 9, and L has coordinates of 7, 2. Do we know the coordinates for J yet? No. So let's say that's x2, y2. And if we finish labeling, this would be the MP of x, and this is a midpoint for our y. And remember, only endpoints can be labeled x1, y1. Okay, so again, just like we did number 5, our equation for our midpoint was MP x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. And number 5, we were looking for x, so that's all we did. However, this one is, first of all, asking for y, but you already know the midpoint of our y, which is right there. So if we were looking for the midpoint of y, we would say, well, MP of y would be equal to y1 plus y2 divided by 2, right? But since we already know a couple of things in here, let's go ahead and replace that. So we have our MP of y, which is 9, equal to y1, which was -2, plus our y2, which we don't know, but we are looking for, divided by 2. Right, guys? kind of messed up there a little bit. So let's start again or continue kind of where we left off. So yeah, we said MP of y was 9 equal to y1, which was -2, plus our y2, which is unknown for the moment, divided by 2. So this is solving for y2, which would be the see and do chart that we went over. So here we are subtracting 2 and then dividing by 2. Let me extend this a little bit. So here you would add 2 and you would multiply by 2. But since we start from the bottom up, let's multiply both sides by 2 first. So what happens here is that they cancel. 2 times 9 becomes 18. Our next step would be, since we're done with that, our next step is to add 2 to both sides. So we add 2 here, add 2 there. These cancel. 18 plus 2 is 20. We bring down the y2, and that is our answer.